Good afternoon, everybody. For hopping on here, or maybe evening for my replay viewers. We are going to be on day 2 of the Diastasis Recti book by Katie Bowman. Hey, Lauren. I'm so glad to see you on here. Hey, Denise. Hi, Divine Doula. If y'all want to, you are more than welcome to put your name in the comment section so I can get to know your name better. It is so good to see you. So I'm going to flip this around. Hey guys. All right, so we are on day 2 of our book club for the Diastasis Recti. And here's the book again. It's by Katie Bowman. And she's a biomechanist, really studies the body and movement, and that is very important to healing diastasis. And today actually covers a lot of information. So I underlined a lot and I thought, I don't know how much I should read. But as we go, if you have any questions, let me know. We're talking about the forces of Diastasis Recti and really what causes it, and it will help give you a better understanding of how it actually is a whole body issue and not just focusing on the symptoms. So if you want to get this book, you can click the link in my profile on Periscope, and that will send you to a page where you can get this book. Or you can go to my website, fittabulousmoms.com, and the first on my blog, the first blog post is talking about this book club, so that will give you some more information on what I'm doing. Now, my little girl did not take a nap today, so not yet. So I'm not sure how great this is gonna be. Here she comes. So, hey, sweetheart. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
What is it?
Come here. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. So this is Bree. Can you say hi?
Hi.
All right. So as you understand, yes, you have 5. Well, mine are grown, actually, besides her. They are age 25 and then to her. So you want some of that? Okay, you have to go over there. You can go watch the iPad while Mommy does this, and you can have your little snack. Okay. Here you go, sweetie. All right, so hopefully that'll keep her busy. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started in this. And Divine Doula, if you want to tell me your name, that would be great. And then also, I would love to know if you come across mamas who are dealing with this. Okay, so electricity. Misty, okay. Nice to meet you, Misty. Electricity is an invisible, okay, yes, that's what I figured. But, oh, you have diastasis. Okay, well, I'm glad you're on here. Electricity is an invisible input that drives the function of the visible parts. Similarly, you need to be concerned with more than the anatomical parts of your abdomen if you're going to solve the mystery of your Diastasis Recti. And I'm just going to call it DR while we're going through this. We need to be interested in all the components of a working trunk and all the inputs necessary for a strong, intact body. Forces that pushes and pulls on an object are essential components when it comes to a functioning machine, right? But yet you will not find forces listed in a human anatomy book. And so I'm going to list and describe some of the forces acting on and being created by your body that influence the creation of the repair of a Diastasis Recti. It's really the forces as experienced by the linea alba. The way the linea alba is pushed or pulled. Now, if y'all don't know what that is, it's tissue, fibrous tissue that runs from here to here, and here's your abdominal muscles, and it just kind of thins out. Okay, so when you have a Diastasis Recti, that's kind of what happens. Excuse my wrinkly shirt today. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so even though they go by the same name, your Diastasis Recti can be different from your neighbors. So without opening up your body surgically, we can't know precisely what's happening in your diastasis. So your diastasis could be a thinning in the sheath that contains one rectus abdominal muscle. It could be a thinning of the linea alba in a small area around the belly button. No matter the cause, the fact of the matter is something had to push or pull on the linea alba for this tissue to break down. So that's why I always say my clients are my best teachers, because not one of them is the same. And I learned so much from them and the differences in all their bodies and even how they heal. Everybody heals a little differently. So forces can move your body parts in different directions, like up, down, or forward. Picture the linea alba as a long, thin rectangle of taffy. That's a really great description. Running down the front of your abdomen. Below is a list of things that can push or pull on your linea alba and over time change its shape. So the movements of your rib cage, okay, movements of your pelvis, you know, it's all connected in there, and the oblique muscles, the transverse abdominal muscles, the rectus abdominis, thanks for the love, guys, the intra-abdominal pressure, and stuff like babies, and even intra-abdominal fat. So, and also, if y'all want to, you can click the little guy there and share this broadcast if you know that there are some other moms that are dealing with this, and this would be really great for them to learn. It's not only important for moms with diastasis to know this. I believe every woman should know this, because it's really the basics of your core strength. Your core strength, it just, that's where we really need to focus on strengthening. All right, so let me see if I should read all of this. And as I go, again, if I miss any questions, you can pop them in there again for me. All right, so what I want you to do, because different movements deform that linea alba in different ways, and she calls it taffy. Okay, so stand up and do a slight back bend. Push your hips way out in front of you. Then try a spinal twist. And of course, if you have diastasis right now, be careful when you do some of this. Slouch in your back and really tuck your pelvis under, okay? And then try arching your lower back. Pretend you're driving with your arm resting on the center console. Or do you prefer resting your arm on the window? Try standing in your signature position. Is it pelvis twisted, hip jutting out? I know that as moms, we tend to do that a lot. Chest and rib cage lifting and thrusting out. Can you feel how each movement results in a different amount of direction or strain? So can you imagine how each of those movements deformed that linea alba taffy? So all of those movements are going to be pulling on that linea alba. And if we are in incorrect alignment, it's going to pull on it in the wrong directions. Okay, so later on you're going to be learning some different positions and movements in this book. Okay, so let's see what this says. Okay, if you look, I don't want to read all of this if I don't have to, just so I can explain it. So very fit people and lean people can actually get, that look like they have a six-pack. Dancers, they can actually get diastasis recti as well, okay? Because what they're doing a lot of times is they're sucking in their stomach, they're tucking their butt unders, and that actually creates an intra-abdominal pressure. And hey girl, how are you? Glad you hopped on here. So that can create an intra-abdominal pressure too. So you wouldn't think, I mean, if you looked at a dancer, a ballet dancer, or a very fit mom, you wouldn't think that she would get diastasis. But it's not about the strength of your muscles. It's about the pressure that's going in your body, that there's dysfunction somewhere with wrong movement and wrong alignment, okay? All right, so as you learn, what we'll learn, I want their DR. I want their DR. What does that mean? You want their DR. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you were just saying. Okay. Diastasis recti is most likely, I think I'm missing some stuff here. How you moved has probably been too infrequent a lot of time. Oh, okay, got you. You want there something. I got you. All right. How you have moved has probably been too infrequent a lot of times. You can have that happen. Even if you're sitting down, if you are a sitter, it's gonna even mess with your psoas muscle and tighten that up, and that creates a different kind of a pressure. So you've really got to learn how to move in the correct way. So that might seem kind of like, okay, well, what can I specifically do today to start healing diastasis? There are ways you can start today. But I want you to know you're going to be learning a whole new form of function, and you're going to be stronger later than you ever have been when you learn this, when you learn these processes, okay? So again, it's not about fitness, it's about function, and it's about forces. The best amount of force is not as much as you can generate, but the amount that allows your body to function optimally. Now, some of the causes of diastasis can be intra-abdominal fat. So some things to do with that is, simply change your diet. Start eating cleaner. Try to drink water for she says for just 30 days. Just drink water. Reduce your carbs. So I say, work on getting gluten out, getting dairy out, and getting sugar out. Those are 3 big culprits, and they can also cause bloating, which a lot of moms with diastasis recti notice bloating worse because their guts are kind of hanging out, right? And if you eat at least 20 grams of protein with each meal, that's going to help make you feel full, and it helps you burn more calories. So, things with the potential to strain your linea alba. So these are some other things from the inside of you are items introduced to your abdomen, like intra-abdominal fat. That's the fat inside the abdominal cavity as opposed to just beneath the skin. Babies, and she says are swallowing a horse. She says, those old lyrics. I know an old lady who swallowed a horse. So just pressure in there that can cause it. I know that I have worked with a lot of women who have had twins because, well, think about that. You're going to have these 2 babies and you get really big. That's a lot of pressure going on inside of there. And if you already had an issue to begin with a pressure somewhere else, that's really going to make it pop out more, okay? So when you put more stuff in your abdominal container, it has to expand. More mass in your midsection not only strains your clothes, it strains your abdominal muscles. Like your clothing, muscles can stretch to a certain extent. Eventually, though, they are pushed to the sides, splitting at the weakest point. In your clothing, the weakest points are the seams. In your abdomen, it's the linea alba, connective tissue being a seam between muscles. But you don't have to have something like fat or a baby pushing your abdominal muscles apart from the inside. You can do that all on your own depending on how you tense your muscles. So it's not, like I say before, it's not, I hear so many times people say it's caused by pregnancy. That can be a contributing factor, but that isn't the real reason what is usually the cause of diastasis. So your guts are usually always under pressure. Oop. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Bree Bree. She's moving my tripod. Hey, Bree Bree. Let go, sugars. Okay. Uh-oh. Hey. Okay. She's kicking the tripod over. All right. So, let's see. Where was I? So you want to be able to get to the point coughing, laughing, pooping, breathing, birthing, and moving till 5 babies. 6-pack till 5 babies. Yep, babies can do it to you. All those things that I just said, they can cause pressure, okay? And you want your core to be healthy enough to be able to handle all of those things that we do. The linea alba, like the elastic in your socks, is pretty resilient. But you can stretch and release and stretch and release. And however, also like socks, there is a point at which the stretch goes in the wrong direction too frequent, held too long, or all three. In this case, the sock elastic is shot and the pair goes into the rag pile. Your linea alba has a threshold of deformation before it gives in to the load and deforms permanently. Bree, let go of that, babe. Look at mommy. No, babe.
No.
Can you tell she hasn't had a nap and it's time for night-night? So, you may have been standing with your hips thrusting out in front of you, straining your linea alba for 30 years, and you got pregnant, straining it further. Maybe you've been sitting down at the desk for the last couple of decades, and your waist muscles are so tight that they have been pulling on your linea alba for years and years. Maybe you're active, but you've got a pelvis that's just slightly twisted and a rib cage that's slightly shifted to the left. Perhaps you're a tennis player with a crazy serve that made one side of your abdominals slightly stronger than the other. Maybe you've never exercised in your life and it's the intra-abdominal fat pushing through. Whatever the mechanism of deformation was, it really doesn't matter at this point. What matters now is that there is a way to take unnecessary loads off of the linea alba, a way to get your muscles working to pull the rectus abdominis back toward the midline, and a way of using your body that maintains this core restoration. So I know that was a lot of information today, but I wanted to really get through this so this book doesn't take a long time to get through. And if you have questions, let me know. She talked about a pelvis being twisted, and I haven't made this page yet, but I'll do it today. And it'll be on fitabulousmoms.com/scope. And I'm going to put down some resources for you because you want to looking for a chiropractor that specializes in Webster technique is really important. They're really great with aligning the pelvis floor. They're great for pregnant moms. And I'm going to, Bree, no ma'am. I'm going to send you.
No, mommy, no.
Sorry. I'm going to send, I'll put a link on there of how to find a Webster, I know, right? A Webster chiropractor in your city. So I think I'm going to take this off the tripod as a matter of fact, and we're going to do it like this now. So, okay. And also, the other thing that is really good to do is to heal your gut. And I'm going to put something on my scope page for this as well. Bone broth is good. And I'm going to put a link on that scope page for a book that's got really great nourishing recipes for bone broth. Of course, a probiotic, yes, to build gut. The other neat thing about bone broth, okay, is it actually goes in and starts rebuilding tissue. So I've been researching a lot of that. So that's going to help that linea alba as well. So I'm glad you're listening. So, and a really great probiotic can help too with healing that gut. So those are a couple things. So I'm going to go today. I don't know if I'll do it. I'm going to have to get her down for a nap. But I'm going to do fitabulousmoms.com/scope. And I'm going to put these resources on there for you so you can go back and check it and know where you can find it. So I think that's it for today. I'm also probably going to be doing
No.
5 days to strengthening your core Periscope after this book. And I don't know if I'm going to do it maybe while I do this book, but I want to actually demonstrate. Your kids are laughing. Yeah, I know. She is saying she does not normally just say no like that. But you know what? I am on my phone, and she knows exactly. You know, she's 2, and how do they learn that so quick that they know that they can get away with things when you're busy? So that's what she's doing, and she's got this little ornery face. So look, I'll show you her. She has no clothes on right now, but can you see her? This is what she's doing. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Okay, yeah. So what else was I going to tell you real quick? How old are your kids? That would be fun to know, because they're just laughing. Bree, there's kiddos laughing at you, just so you know. You think that's funny? Yeah. Okay, so 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Wow, you do. You go, Mama. And being a doula, I know that's got to keep you kind of busy, maybe. So, all right. So I'm going to. Oh, and if you don't know, I have yes, busy. A 5-day diastasis challenge that you can start on as well today. And if you just go to fittabulousmoms.com, on that first page, you can find it there. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope this helped you understand a little bit more about what causes diastasis, and just kind of gives you a good foundation of what it's going to take to start working on healing it, okay? So you ladies have a great day, and you're very welcome. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.